check the.
Yep.
Make sure
Let me
everything.
pull it up over here.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, we sound good.
Good. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Sound Gucci.
Sweet. All right. Well, hello, Joseph.
Hey, David.
How's it going?
How are you, good sir?
Good. Mostly.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. It's today's. I was off work today. That was good. Oh we're gonna get into that. I definitely that's on my. Oh, I closed it out. Let me just reopen it over here because it's got all my bookmarks. I saved some stories since there's not a whole lot going on in entertainment right now. It's a very slow week.
Yeah, it is.
I was kind of looking at some stuff earlier and just, I don't know, like everybody's talking about the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and I really could care less.
I just don't care, man.
You know what's interesting is that Dave Smith had a really good take on that situation where he's like, the dude was literally digging his own grave. The FCC and Trump didn't need to get involved with that. Like he's of the opinion that they made it worse because now they turned Kimmel into a martyr rather than just letting him go down because nobody pays attention to him anymore. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, and especially with how, like, because he's back now or whatever, and I mean, his numbers will start tanking again after this most recent one because everybody just wanted to see what he had to say, and now he'll go back into obscurity again.
Well, you know what? Like a lot of the distribution TV stations or whatever,
yeah,
aren't airing him.
yeah,
So even though Disney brought him back, like
yeah.
quite a few of the major ones aren't.
His numbers were terrible.
Yeah,
his numbers are terrible. Nobody cares about late night. You know, like it hasn't. Late night hasn't been relevant. I don't know. Probably over 10 years at this point. Like, no one, our generation, for the most part, and especially younger, they're not paying attention to that. You know, I think we were talking about this last week, I think, where it's like, there's so much stuff vying for your attention these days. Like,
yeah, there are.
I just...
Like the cozy games, like farming simulators.
Yeah.
You know, what really bothers me about them is how much they promote colonialism. Colonialism. That's what Sweet Baby Stink said.
No. Sure. Yeah, you gotta love that stuff. Dude, the Sweet Baby Inc. has basically become like the PETA of video games. That's what it's starting to feel like. Where it's like...
But no, you're right as far as with Jimmy Kimmel. Nobody was really watching him. No one really cares. And this is probably the most attention and eyes he's had on him in a decade.
Oh, I know. And I
mean, really, of any of the late night show hosts, I mean, who's watching them?
Exactly.
What they really need to do, if they really want people to watch them, they need to just gender swap them. You know.
They tried that. It didn't last. They've tried that a couple times, not specifically with his, but you know, there were other late night hosts, and I can't quite recall, but a lot of them didn't last very long. Oh yeah, I should have saved this one too. Okay.
No, yeah, you're right. Wasn't one of them?
Lily Singh was the one. She used to be like a YouTuber, and
yeah, and that
I knew about.
Didn't last long at all.
Yeah, I knew about that one. I'm sure there were others that I'm not thinking of.
Yeah,
so it's late night. This thing is like it's not
some
relevant.
On Comedy Central. Like, what's that chick that was telling 50 or Curtis Jackson 50 Cent how with Chelsea Handler? That's her name.
Chelsea Handler. I forgot about that.
But was her show pretty long running though? So you know,
I guess so. I don't think people are.
Oh, The View. But that's not late night.
Yeah, it's not late night. No. I don't know how that. I don't know.
I don't understand why people even watch any of them,
yeah.
regardless of politics or anything like that. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that was in the news. And that seemed to be kind of the big thing as far as like what was happening in entertainment spheres, because movie-wise, like television-wise, we're just in a dead period. Like we're kind of waiting for end of October probably for things to kind of pick back up. I saw a trailer. I don't know if it's going to end up being good, but the trailer looked interesting for a new movie with Christian Bale. It's like Bonnie and Clyde, but with Frankenstein and Frankenstein's bride.
Oh, interesting.
So could be cool. I'm just not gonna, it was kind of a cool trailer. But I will reserve judgment till I finally get to see it at this point, because I'm tired of getting excited about things for them to not be very good.
Right.
Done enough of that this year. Dude, we're going to be in October soon. I think we talked about it last week too, but it just feels like this year just feels like such a letdown.
It is a letdown, man. I mean, what we got at the beginning of October, we do have the Smashing Machine coming out.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
What else do we have?
Frankenstein,
there's
right?
Really not much, because Alien, Frankenstein, but I think
that's this year, right?
Out. It is this year, but
Okay.
I think that's later in the year, like December time frame. But even television-wise, I mean,
what is there?
Alien Earth, I mean, that completely bombed.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing I was seeing all over Twitter, X, whatever, today. Everyone was like asking, like, do you want a season 2 of this or whatever? And it seemed like the consensus was no. And that there was like a small group of people that wanted more from it. And obviously, you watched, 2 episodes? And I watched 1.
Yeah, I just watched 2, and that was it. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
So far be it from us to give some sort of full review. But
I mean, maybe we should have stuck with it and reviewed that. But I mean, is anybody talking about anything? I mean, you got the Terminalist. What's it called? The Dark List or whatever.
Dark Wolf, right?
Dark Wolf. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we haven't started. I know you said we had talked about maybe watching it, but like,
I've even heard good things about it.
Yeah.
I'm just so. I think my problem is I find myself being so disinterested in stuff, because I think, do I really want to spend my time doing this? And I would have rather seen the Terminalist season 2 than, okay, well, now there's a new show I gotta watch. This is a precursor to the Terminalist. Yeah, so it's like, I'll watch it because I enjoy the character. But it's been so. I think we've been touching on this past few episodes. The issue for me is they wait so long between seasons that, unless it's a TV show that's really high up there for me, like House of the Dragon, it's like, do I really want to come back for this?
Yeah. And I mean, House of the Dragon, at least for us, it falls into the category of something that did get our interest from the jump.
Yes. Proved us wrong, actually, because I remember when we were talking about season 1, we were like, leading up to season 1, I should say, all the trailers that were coming out, we were talking about how, this isn't looking good. And then it became, season 1 is, I mean, such a good episode of season of television. Oh.
Yeah, and it's like that first. I went back. So before season 2 came out, I don't do this very often, but I did do it for House of the Dragon season 2. As I watched the first season again, and other than our problems with, what was that, episode 6 or 7, the one with Rhaenys.
The one where she jumps from
murders all the the peasants. She busts through
could have solved the thing, the whole war right then.
Just bad. Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that still is, even like being, that's not that far removed, but it's far enough removed that it even like thinking back on that, it's nowhere near as bad as some of the other decisions I've seen from movies and television since then.
Right.
It's, I think we even talked about it in season 2 where like I guess spoilers a little bit, but like her death and everything that surrounded that, like, I think it all still worked for us. And we were like, yeah, that part sucked. And it's like, it's definitely one of the lower points for both of the seasons, especially for season 1. It's probably the thing we were most critical about. But overall, like, the story's pretty much still intact. Like, I know season 2 is like kind of, it's missing like 2 episodes. Like, there's definitely problems with it, but we'll call it in our modern time, it still has a lot going for it that most other modern television doesn't, you know?
Right.
Also, hi, Cud. Good to see you. It has been a while. We've been, unfortunately, the last half of the year, we've been a little inconsistent with the lives, but we're trying. We're trying to get back to it.
We've been kind of inconsistent since April.
Yeah. I think we started out the year really good, and then just a whole bunch of stuff comes up, man. It gets tough
This
sometimes.
year we did. No, that is a good point. We did start out this year pretty strong, and then just the last few months.
Yeah, but we're trying to get back into it. I got all of our previous episodes uploaded and out, and or they are in the chamber ready to come out. So everything will be out, I think, by Sunday. And then I'm going to start looking at doing some other stuff for the channel, trying out a couple things that I've had in the back of my mind if I can find the time. Because that's the biggest thing, is just like being able to find the time. And there's just a lot going on right now. But yeah, that's going on. I forgot, we didn't talk about this last week, but the trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple released.
Oh, yeah. That's all you, bro.
Yeah. I might do it. I don't know. I might do it the other way. We'll see. I think regardless, I'm
biting the bullet.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to go to the theater. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, you'll go to the theater. You know?
Yeah,
that's what I'll say. You're
yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, we were both very disappointed with this year's entry. Yeah, and
I mean, I just don't want to see zombie genitalia. I don't know about you.
Yeah, just like
that. Just.
I mean, if the movie
really doesn't make me in the
so
mood
funny.
to continue a movie.
Because if the movie was like excellent and some of that was in there, I'd have been like, yeah, it's kind of annoying. But it is a very good movie, and in this case, it's just like it adds to how bad it was. Yeah, and you're just like, it's like, come on, guys.
Let Donkey Kong has his own movie,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, and I mean. We'll see. I'll update you as soon as January rolls around. We're not that far away from it. Which also, I guess they filmed them back to back or something like that because they're trying to do a trilogy, I think. I can't imagine this. This movie's coming out in January, which is notoriously like the worst time to release your movies because it typically means that it wasn't very good.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see about that. What else do I have on here for today?
Did you want to talk about the Harry Potter deal?
Yeah, that's on here. I had actually forgotten about it until I hopped back on X, and it was like one of the first things that pulled up. Why don't you found this before I did? So I'm gonna let you explain this one.
Yeah, I should also type actresses who could play Voldemort. So basically, an article released. There's not much weight about this, with everything that's been going on with Hollywood since 2016 or 2019, depending on which year you want to start in. Gender swaps have been very famously done in many movies and television shows of not following the description of the source material seems something that Hollywood is bent on, but this one's probably a bit more surprising given with J.K. Rowling is involved. I would assume she'd be more faithful to her own adaptation. I think that she has the final say potentially, but who knows? But basically, what came out is that auditions for the Harry Potter reboot on HBO has reportedly included both male and female actors for the role of Voldemort, the Dark Lady.
Do you think they're doing it just to continue to drum up interest, and they know that it's like a controversial thing to do?
It could be, man. You know, the plan is to keep Lord Voldemort's reveal a secret until it finally needs to occur. But I can't imagine if there's. Let me say this. You may be right. They may just be trying to drum up attention with this. They've already done one race swap with that people were in uproar about with what's his name that Alan Rickman played, Snape.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that wasn't too good. But with Lord Voldemort, if their plan is to gender swap it but not announce it until the big reveal, I think that's going to do more of sowing distrust with people.
Hello, Harry. I'm Lord Voldemort.
Your mother wouldn't let me have your father.
Bruh. Dude, it just seems so... I mean... yeah.
Surely they're not going to do that.
Well, he's not even like okay. So they're casting. I guess they're good. It's been.
But you would have to. You think they make the if they do. Here's the thing: if they do it and they gender swap him, do you think they make Lord Voldemort or Lady Voldemort
like Tina? Like
no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say like more sympathetic and more justified in her villainy.
You mean the obvious reference to Hitler? They're gonna do a sympathetic version of that.
I would imagine if they gender swapped them. That's what I was kind of wondering. So
yeah, I mean it's possible. I mean he's someone who's I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I've read the books, and
I thought Rowling had a lot of control in this.
Yeah, but, well, what I was thinking is I want to say that Tom Riddle was a bit sympathetic, but then basically it's kind of like a Anakin thing, if I remember right. But I might be wrong about that. I don't think Tom starts that way. So sympathetic in that way, but you're thinking they might do like the cause of the Dark Wizards is like sympathetic. Is that what you're what you're thinking? Okay.
You know, just a lot more sympathetic and more justified in her villainy because they're gender swapping it. I mean, if they're not going to stick to the source material.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're not going to see, if that's the case, we're not going to see much of that until like season 4. Because 1, 2, and 3 are relative. Well, 3 is the one that starts changing that a little bit, but the first 2 books are not isolated, but they're not huge world building books. Like you get bits and pieces of it, and there's world building in the sense of like what Harry Potter is like seeing as he's going along. But they're isolated because it's basically him going to school and getting into an adventure, which is still the core of that series. But
I have is if you want to. Obviously, people who've been listening to us long enough know that we don't just go with everything is woke.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be remaking something, it's important to stay faithful to the IP. That's one of the things we've heavily promoted. Stay faithful to the IP, except for when and where like you can't do to the medium, you're crossing over to television or film or movie. But if you're, especially, you know, the people have the expectations of familiarity. Like fans have a right to criticize these things. Because they're the ones who bought the book in the first place and made it popular. Otherwise, HBO, all these places wouldn't have gotten the rights to make movies or television shows out of these IPs, right? And so if you want to do these race swaps, gender swaps, and everything like that, at that point, just create your own IP. Or if you don't want to do that, maybe just make a brand new story in the Harry Potter world, you know? If you're that lazy and you can't create your own IP, that's fine. If you're that lazy, just create your own.
I think that Harry Potter suffers from, because I had always kind of thought that too. It was like, oh man, it'd be really cool if they showed other eras of like Hogwarts, or did like a whole new like group of kids. The problem is you know because if I remember right, the Harry Potter books basically take place in the 90s. No, maybe it's earlier than that.
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't. No. I think it. I think it is. It's listen again.
You're
not
the
a huge.
residential
Oh, don't even get like
Harry Potter scholar.
Hardly, but I think that's right. Like they're not like uber modern, but it's not 70s or further back. And I think you could do something interesting, telling like other stories from that world. But obviously, you would have to have someone with a lot of creativity do that. And then you see what happened too with what is it, the Magic Beasts movies.
Oh yeah, that is good grief.
They're kind of all over the place. Like they go from like
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I guess they tried to do that and it failed so bad.
Well, that's the thing is like it makes me wonder, because this is the same problem that Star Wars has, where Star Wars was hyper successful. The trilogy or like the prequels, some people like them. Most people agree that they're not as good as the original movies.
I think the main core thing that went wrong with the Star Wars, everything since the original trilogy, but with the new Star Wars, is just simply forgetting who your customer base is.
Sure, but the point is that there's not much outside of like Luke Skywalker, and that even with the sequels, that was sort of the core of it to a degree. And then when they've started doing all of this stuff outside of that, it's mostly been a failure.
Yeah, it has, because that was propped up so much.
Yeah, even stuff
it isn't as interesting of a world as the Lord of the Rings is, right? And
the thing is that it could be. So it's I guess I would say it's twofold. Hands. Yeah, it's twofold. You could have expanded, and in fact, there was expanded stuff that people generally consider really good, and then Disney's like, none of that's real. So it's a mix of not having, like we're always talking about, like not having the right writers or the right creatives behind the storytelling and the world building and all of that, and it wasn't interesting enough to be able to get away from the Skywalkers. And it seems like everything that they do has to, in some way, they're always trying to touch back to that, regardless of who's like creating it. It just seems like they always have to be like, oh, well, here's a cameo from this, or here's a reference to this, and no one's going like, okay, let's see if we can do more with Star Wars. Let's see if we can create something that visually probably looks the same. I would say is the original trilogy, like that's the look you need to go for, and that's fine. That should essentially, when you're creating something like that, in the same way you would with Harry Potter, it's like you're going back to like, there are some fundamentals that's like you have to have some of this stuff happen in Star Wars. I think lightsabers to some degree, blasters, like these exotic worlds. It's like they're kind of pulp adventures to a degree, and they kind of got away from that, and even didn't really keep the look. And it's all just been like boring and pretty flat to pretty terrible with stuff like the Acolyte, where everyone was like, look at the flashing lightsabers, or that's a lot of the stuff that people remembered about that stuff. Like, do you remember the He Vadered thing from Ahsoka?
Yep.
Everyone was like, he turned into Darth Vader for 2 seconds. They're all losing their mind. It's like it's all you've got, and it's unfortunate. I just don't think
it is, but I think it comes down to these executives in Hollywood and these creatives for the most part, just being out of touch with the audience. Truly, they think everything's based off of the LA code, LA area code, and it's not. And it's more so there's no one grounded in world building and characterization and so on and so forth. But there's this desire to displease the fans because they specifically want to push their ideology. When you think about how everyone probably already harassed the Snape's actor, it's like, why wouldn't he take the gig? I mean, he was offered it. It's not his fault.
It's not. They're actors. Like they're trying to get.
They're
going to
audition.
Yep. Yeah, they're trying to get roles. They're trying to make money. Like it's a job for them.
But the thing is that Harry Potter was already diverse, but to them it wasn't diverse enough. Or in
the right ways.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also if this is being made in Hollywood, you have that quota, that checklist they have to go
Why?
off of as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, like, why
they
would
have to fill those.
why
And so
wouldn't
I
you make
think
Dumbledore black? Like, I think what's weird for everyone is like okay, let's take the like race swapping thing out of the picture, right? And you're you're a director, or you're in the casting or involved in the project like that, and everyone's trying to talk about like what they're looking for when they're creating this thing. Why would you make Snape the black character? Like, if you, of all the choices that you had, why would you pick him?
Why not Dumbledore?
They already did it to Hermione in the play. You could have done Dumbledore. I mean, you could have. Well, I can't remember. I don't think Sirius Black is actually really. Though that would have been funny if they'd done Sirius Black. Maybe that would have been my choice. And even if you're gonna do a villain, you could have done it with I think her name's Beatrix Lestrange.
Yeah.
There's
many different routes they could have done.
There's ways that you could have done it, and people would have been like, that's not exactly what I had pictured or what I thought it was. But like, it's not like Snape is just an odd choice for that. Sorry, go ahead.
Or maybe you just stick to the source material.
Yeah,
and don't worry about putting your own ideals into something, but following the spirit, idea, and themes and source material of the author. And only focus on where your thoughts and perspective come into play as a creative, when, in my opinion, when it comes to putting a source material on the screen, would be, okay, well, we can't have this won't translate over, so let's do it this way and make it like this. It's not redoing the foundation of something, or central points to the narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. All I'm saying is, like, if we're doing a thought experiment about the way that they see things, and you're pretty much like forcing me to do this as far as casting is concerned. Like, we're not, because they're basically not allowed. Yeah. You're not allowed to be faithful to the source material, because it even stuff from when Harry Potter came out, it's considered outdated at this point. That's the biggest thing with the mentality around Hollywood and a lot of the people from there, is it's like, every 5 years you got to update your the way that you see things, your morality, and the way that it, you can't do a lot of the stuff. It's why everyone's always saying, like, you can't remake something, or you can't make anything like Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah, dude, the paper sucks, dude. Now, I'm going to finish season 1, and I'm going to watch season 2 when it comes out, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it 2 seasons, because, The Office, when it came out, the first season was funny, especially once you get
Office
through the first.
Sorry, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, especially with The Office, you really had to get into season 2 to really
but like
get ingrained in it.
One is still all right. You know what I mean?
The paper, dude, it's not that funny. It's very, very lame.
I mean, we all knew it, and
the thought experiment. The thought experiment for you, though.
Yeah.
What I was getting to is, I do think if we had to choose, whoever Robert Pattinson's character was, I forget his name, he would definitely
Cedric Diggory,
right? Yeah, because he's like the cool kid.
You could have done that. Yeah, I agree. That's what's so crazy about it. It's like, yes, okay. We're not 100. We're not going like 100% with that. Like,
I get it now why they did it, Snape, because it allows them to do the Denton. Well, Snape. Well,
they might
go.
Snape
wanted that relationship with Harry's mom.
Yeah. Well, they might go the racist route for his dad. For Harry's dad.
Yeah.
Or the subtle, like, why would he do that? Because I'm pretty sure
man, just create your own thing.
He like bullies him, and I think he tries to like hang him or something.
Ugh,
I'd have to go back and hang on. Let me ask Rock. Let's find out.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that, HBO.
Let's see.
Nobody needs to see that.
Let's see. What?
I understand. How do they think? I mean, Hollywood really just thinks this is just ingrained in our society when nobody cares about this stuff. Most people aren't this way. They just want to see people stick close to the source material. Remember that episode we did years ago where we
Oh,
talked about all these fantasy books, literally not just out of Africa, but we did Africa, Asia, South America, and stuff. And we
yeah.
said these seem like great stories you could adapt, and it
Mm-hmm.
meets all the check boxes you want to fill. To where now you're not even having to be bound by these check boxes when you're building your narrative because
Yeah.
it's already there for you. Just do that. Why do you have to take IPs
Well,
from Europe, for example, or America or wherever, and redo everything? It's just lazy.
yeah. Um, let's see. So it says that in their 5th year, James Potter and Sirius Black humiliated Snape by calling him Snivelus, taunting him publicly, and using magic to hang him upside down, exposing his underwear. This incident, among others, was part of the pattern of antagonism, largely driven by James and Sirius' dislike for Snape's association with Slytherin. So yeah, I bet that's the angle I bet they'll go with.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
We'll see. I mean, who knows when this show's actually coming out, and I don't know. I guess people will be excited, I would assume. I mean, Harry Potter's a pretty big deal.
Yep, it is.
It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a tough one for us to review because, like, I already kind of know how I feel about that series. I guess I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I just mean from like the story perspective. Like, I think really after you get to 3 is when it starts to fray quite a bit because of the time travel problem, among other things.
Oh yeah, the time travel for sure.
Yeah, well, it's if you have time travel, like, what are we doing, folks? Yeah. And there's a lot of problems with like the magic system in Harry Potter and the weird, like, the good wizards don't want to use spells that kill you.
Dude, or why does
but they'll like catch them on fire and stuff, like they'll burn them to death.
Or why do they use such an inefficient mailing system of owls when they have magic?
Yeah, and they have teleportation, like, because there's like, even
she did her best
to
combine like old English stuff with magic.
Yeah, we're cynical. It's fine. I can't wait for those comments to come back. But it is true that it's like, okay, so you created a system where you can basically get into anyone's chimney anywhere with some magic, and owls was your best bet for delivering mail to people.
Yeah, truth serum, but you never use it when something.
I'm not even saying that, like, the owls. You could keep the owls as like the pets thing. It's like it is like something, even from like a visual standpoint, it's always really cool. And there's things that I do like about that series, and even some of the movies. But it's mostly like depiction of certain things, and the sets and the designs and the costumes and all that stuff. Like, there's so much. To be fair, because I guess we are like this sometimes, but there are things that I really, really appreciate about the Harry Potter series, and sort of the whimsy and the just kind of that kind of side of things, more so than her like ability to build out that world properly.
Yeah, it's really creative. It's whimsical. It's interesting. It has that old English charm to it, as well as the magical system that's involved. It's a very good world. I mean, are there things to point out regarding the movie wise? I can't speak to the books, but regarding the movies,
there a couple of the movies are.
I'm not one of
the. This is where
the books. This is where I'm. Like, I like the movies, but I don't think they can't be remade. I don't think they're that good to where it's not like the Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings movies.
Agreed. Especially because I think 1 and 2 are pretty, and again, it's been a long time, but they're pretty darn faithful to the books, and then 3 Mostly, I didn't care for some of the design in 3, and I think that was just me. Like, the way that they did the werewolf in 3, he looks like he's never eaten before, which I think is on purpose. I think it's on purpose because of who Sirius Black is. He was in jail for a really long time, so like he's probably malnourished, that whole deal. But when I saw it, in my mind, I'm thinking werewolf, and, you know, I'm thinking these big, mean, like, powerful creatures, and this thing he looks like a runt in this, and I'm like, all right. I was like, I kind of see what you're trying to go for, but I think there's an argument to be made because I think Sirius Black is out of jail for quite a bit of time in the 3rd book, so he probably would have eaten and gotten some of his strength back, and so it would have just been, I think visually it would have been cooler to see him as like a big mean werewolf instead. So I was a little disappointed by that, and there's a couple other things in the 3rd one that didn't do it for me. The 4th one is the 2nd worst for me of all of the movies in particular, because they skip over a lot of the best stuff. Creatively, it's not nearly as good, and it's not really told in the way that the book is, especially with some of the stuff that happens in the competition, and then like there's this whole section in the maze at the end, and they skip over a lot of it, and then if I remember right, they change certain things about it, and it seems like it's for the sake of time, or you know, maybe there were some budget restraints or something like that, which would actually be kind of crazy to think about considering how popular that series was. But and then the 6th one, the Half-Blood Prince. Have we talked about this? The movie's just kind of a hormonal teenage thing. I don't even know the best way to explain it, because it's just like all the kids, like their hormones are going crazy, and they're all dating each other and making out with each other, and then Dumbledore dies at the end. That's like that movie. It's just not
that last movie. That part where it just drags. They did a bad job of like making that interesting as the scenes go by as they're traveling. You know what I mean? It just seems like it drags for forever.
Yeah. There's definitely those movies definitely have a lot of problems. Even taking like the story stuff out of it, like and what's weird is in some of them they left some of the best parts of the story out. Like the Half-Blood Prince, there's like this massive battle at the end, and like characters are kind of getting these like great payoffs that have sort of built up as you've read all these books, because they've gone from kids to now being kind of teenagers and being forced into sort of these like more adult situations and having to fight for their lives, and you don't really get that. And it's really, I remember being so disappointed with Half-Blood Prince when I left the theater, just like, you know, it's not very good, unfortunately. Yeah. They just, for whatever reason, they just leave all the really, really like the best parts of it out, you know? And you get some of that in the final one. And then that was in the time period too, where everyone was just starting to do part 1s and part 2s so that they could make more money off of the audience. And I can't remember.
Well, it should just been one movie.
Yeah, and I don't know if there was anything from that time period that came out that did like the part 1, part 2, where it actually helped. Like it actually made the movie better. I'm not even sure it really does it for Deathly Hallows. That's the last book. It's kind of unfortunate. And you know, it was like Twilight, I think, did the same thing, and then there's another one, Divergent. Is that right?
Oh yeah,
I think that did a part 1 and part 2. And then Hunger Games did it too.
Hunger Games didn't Maze Runner do it, or the Maze?
No, Maze Runner was just 3 movies, and there was like this huge gap between 2 and 3. Those are weird. First one's like
The Hobbit. The Hobbit essentially did it too.
Yeah. The Hobbit you could probably throw that in there, as even though it was 3, you know, they turned it into a trilogy or whatever. But it's essentially the same thing. Like the same mentality of doing part 1 and part 2 is what they were trying to do with the Hobbit for sure.
Yep.
All right. Did you watch the Mandalorian trailer?
No, I didn't watch the Mandalorian trailer. I don't care about that.
Bro, it's so bad. I have no clue what this movie's going to be about. It's literally like,
is it a movie or a TV
it's
show?
a movie.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch it then.
May of next year. And it's kind of exactly what, dude, it's just such a representation of what Star Wars has become.
Is it that bad?
It's silly puppets doing silly things. There's like one moment of action with Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian.
Oh, Baby Gru. Or not Baby Gru, but Baby
Groot,
Yoda.
yeah. Oh no, not Groot. Grogu is his name. Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all just these moments of like, it's just scenes. This looks very, like, when you watch this, I think you'll get the idea. Feels really soulless.
I'm watching it now while you're talking.
No, you're good.
This is dumb, dude.
I know, and this is what they decided. It just,
the problem with Star Wars is that they try to make a male franchise, which some women already liked, into a female franchise, and now nobody likes it. That's what happens when you forget your core audience. You know, it's too much of this, and it's not just in. You know what? Let me get on my soapbox, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pausing this at 57 seconds because I just don't give a crap.
Yeah,
I'm getting on my soapbox.
You've seen. I mean,
it's not just movies. It's not just television. It's happening. It's been happening in sports as well, and specifically with college football. They're doing the same bull crap where the past few years they've been playing, this year and last year, and I can't remember if the year before that, they've been playing some college football games in Ireland to start the season. Like the very first games played in Ireland. Next year they're looking at not only doing Ireland, but a game in London. It's like, no, it's college football. Guess where college football games should be played at? College stadiums. It's this globalization of everything. Everything has to be globalized. Expand your audience, all for the dollar. And again, there's nothing wrong with making a profit. Yeah, you got to make money, but you can't forget your core audience. And so it's like the same thing with college football. If you want to attract Europeans or whoever, they can come to the college campuses and watch it.
Yeah,
you know, we don't have to be playing stuff over there. The same thing. We don't have to be playing games over there. It should be on college campuses and not at neutral sites. But secondly, with Star Wars as well, it's focus on your audience, get this IP back in the hands of people who actually care about it, and go from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that stuff will naturally come about. That's kind of what happens is people start to say, oh, this is a really good movie. I wonder what Princess Leia is like. You know, let me get, you know, then girls start getting involved in that way. Yeah. And you can branch out from there. You know what I'm saying? But it's just everything. I mean, it's just water it down, make it stupid. Let's do superficial stuff that's an inch deep. And like miles wide rather than going a mile deep in the source material and an inch wide. You know, so it's just the same regurgitated crap. I mean, will we go and watch this? Me and you? No, I don't want to.
No.
It has Pedro Pascal and Sigourney Weaver in it.
That trailer, that trailer is not good. It's goofy puppets, and there's barely anything with, like, Din Djarin's like shoots a couple people, he like kicks a dude, like there's just nothing about it that, and I mean, like, even if you look at it from a visual standpoint, it's got the same problem we talk about with a lot of this stuff where it feels too clean. The trailer doesn't look, not just like gritty, that's not what I'm trying to say, but it doesn't have any creativity visually.
Yeah,
it's kind of like your typical kids. Yeah, well, it's your typical Star Wars slop, but I don't even like that because, I mean, there's plenty of kids movies that, you know, your focus is the kids, but like they try. I mean, like, we can just keep going back to The Last Wish, a movie that is, you know, focused on kids, but it's also just made really well, and visually it works. Everything feels like it's.
That was the problem with The Hobbit, too. They couldn't focus on who they wanted to make the movie for, kids or adults, because there's certain parts that's like, oh, this is for a kid. The other parts is, oh, no, this is more for adults. And
Yeah, and it's got
it just looks like Star Wars slop, man. It's
yeah, that's what it is now. That whole visual style, like everything, it's just sloppy, man, and it's like the new version of stuff looking cheap, which is weird.
Oh, yeah. You know what though?
Huh.
You know what's gonna be better than that? You know what releases the trailer that releases tomorrow that we're dying for?
Oh, no.
Greenland 2 Migration. Yeah.
Wait, huh?
Greenland 2 Migration with Gerard Butler in it. And
wait, they're making a sequel to that?
Yeah.
I've never even seen
I bet
the
it's
first
better
one.
than that Star Wars movie.
No, I bet. I mean, that's that's not coming out till next year, so it won't be in the running this year, but it might as well. It looks like we're just going to spill over into next year, Joseph. I don't know. I guess the one thing to be hopeful for is there were at least like a handful of things this year that I actually liked. I mean, I can at this point I might be able to count them on one hand.
You also want to talk about Avengers Doomsday, Doomsday, and Apple.
So, well, yeah, we can. The Doomsday thing is a quick one. This movie's supposed to be coming out in November.
No, that's not coming out till next year.
Oh, I'm a dummy. I didn't realize he was being the guy was being tongue in cheek with it. Back in 2022, Marvel.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year.
It was supposed to come out in November. Yeah, and this was from July 23rd, 2022. Avengers Secret War will release November 8th, 2025.
Dude.
Aw. That's funny. People were so excited back then. That was still back when people thought Marvel was good.
Oh, bro. Did you see? I'll tell you off air, actually. Never mind.
You're good.
Yeah.
And then
nobody cares about Avengers Doomsday. Supposed to come out this year, along with the Batman. It was supposed to originally come out this year, I think, and now it's been pushed to next year, or maybe 2027.
I think Batman's supposed to be next year, but we'll see.
I think it's 2027 now,
dude. It Hollywood.
It's like, why are we waiting?
Yeah. It'd be like, what, 6 years since the last Batman movie?
It's like, and it wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was all right.
I liked it. It was aesthetically, it was a movie you could press mute on and watch it, and it's beautiful aesthetically. Like really good cinematography, design, production sets,
I like the
everything,
opening,
the whole nine. But as far as story, and it was good. Like it was a good movie, but it wasn't like, oh man, like let's wait 6 years for this. You know, it's like, dude, it should just taken y'all like 2-3 years to get this.
It should have been out already, for sure.
It should be coming out this year.
They just don't know what they're doing anymore.
I think James Gunn.
There were basically I think it was like 3 years between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, because it was 2005, 2008. So roughly like 3 years, which, you know, that's fine. Plus, I'm pretty sure that Nolan put out The Prestige in between those. What a time to be alive, Joseph.
I know, right?
Batman Begins, The Prestige, and The Dark Knight, all in like a 3-year time period. Not to mention all the other stuff that was coming out around that time. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Next year we get Greenland Migration, 28 years later.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, no.
Scream 7.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man, what happened to the writing and why it's just fallen off a complete cliff. Oh, yeah, Mortal Kombat as well.
Oh, yeah, it got delayed. Man.
2.
Well, maybe that'll end up being the best movie of next year.
Yeah, it comes out a week before the Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu. Got Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with Jared Leto. Yeah. Allegedly Supergirl. We'll wait and see what's going on with DC.
Jared Leto's in Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I think
I won't be seeing that.
I can't remember who he's playing, but yeah, he's going to be in that.
The Odyssey, it's gonna have like 1 million actors.
Oh, the
in it.
Odyssey, yeah. And even Nolan, I want him to go back to like smaller projects.
Yeah.
I want him to do like more isolated stuff. You know, I mean, I think Inception's pretty great, or at least I need to go back and watch it again. It's been a hot minute, but I love The Prestige, and The Prestige is like, it kind of feels big, but it's such a, like, scale wise, it's pretty small, you know, and I love it. Like,
Right.
I think it's so good. Maybe I should go back and watch that again.
I mean, it really is. No, the Batman Part 2 is 2027. Man of Tomorrow.
What are they doing?
Lord of the Rings, Hunt for Gollum.
No. Will I watch it? Probably.
Yeah, we will. I'll go probably see that in the movie theater.
Yeah. I never saw Rohirrim. I guess one of these days I should finally sit down and just suffer.
Oh, dude. I guess, okay, so I guess Doomsday is scheduled for
next year?
Next year, December of next year.
Jeez. All right, well, we'll see. We are supposed to be getting another Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
We'll see. I mean,
and Frozen 3. In 2027, The Resurrection of the Christ, Part 1.
Okay. I forgot.
Quiet Place, Part 4. No.
Oh, no.
It's Part 3, actually.
I forgot that Frozen got a sequel.
Yeah.
I've only seen Frozen once, and that was a very, very long time ago at this point. And I never watched the sequel and really don't care.
It seems like there's some decent movies coming out in 27. Like some big hitters.
Well,
like quite a few movies.
That's what we thought about this year too, Joseph.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did.
I thought I was saying that there wasn't anything, but maybe not.
No,
maybe
I mean, like,
right.
we were at least like, okay, there's probably going to be a few things,
You're
right? Like not all of the things that come out in the summer are going to just not be good. That the movie we have the most nice things to say about is Nobody 2.
And next year isn't looking that hopeful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we do get, well, I guess in 26 we're getting Dune Part 3. I am interested to see what
okay, yeah. He's also doing a James Bond movie, so that
yeah,
we'll see. I like his visual style and stuff, so like we'll see.
We got Masters of the Universe. We got Clay. I don't really care about Masters of the Universe though, but we have Clayface. I am interested to see what they're going to do with that.
I just am not convinced all these DC movies are coming out.
You think they're going to keep getting pushed?
I think something's gotta give.
I think there was something going on more so than trying to get the script right with Matt Reeves' Batman movie. I think that's why.
Yeah, we've been talking about that on and off.
I think there was something more so going on behind the scenes. They were probably waiting for something with Superman, and then when Superman didn't do that well, I mean, the Batman did better than Superman. So.
Yeah, especially if you consider. I mean, even in that small time frame, if you consider inflation, like Batman did way better.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean that was kind of the running thing. I think even before, like when we were talking about sort of this like summer movie thing with comic book movies. It's like Superman has all this weight on its shoulders, and if it doesn't perform, like what happens next? Now, what it seems is happening is that Warner Brothers is just putting, it's like got its eyes covered, and it's like, no. Like it did, like, and everyone's going, yeah, Superman did do really well, Warner Brothers. Like it's doing great. And they're like, yeah, great. Yeah. Okay. Like we can keep going, even though clearly that's not true.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I can't imagine. I mean, like James Gunn might be writing a lot of this other stuff that's coming out too. Like I think he's a little too involved as far as like instead of planning everything out and making sure everything's working and, you know, making proper decisions like having Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, you know, starting your world out instead of doing all of this like really weird stuff. I mean, so far in his new universe, we've had Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker Season 2. Season 1 of which doesn't happen in the same universe, ? I think that's the case.
Yeah.
And then we're getting Supergirl, Clayface, and a Batman movie that doesn't take place in the same universe. That's everything coming next.
Ugh.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It seems kind of silly that this is the way, and like, and maybe that's not the case, but what it looks like is that James Gunn isn't taking this seriously.
Who knows, man?
I just don't. It doesn't make sense. So, but yeah, man, that's everything that I've got. Michael Caine is coming out of retirement at 92 for a Vin Diesel sequel to The Last Witch Hunter. I don't know if you ever saw the first one. Just a weird movie for him to come out of retirement for. Someone must have been like, please, Michael, please be in our movie. Oh, brother.
Dang, 92.
I know. Michael Caine. All right, Joseph. I'm happy with ending it there if you are.
Yep, I am.
A little earlier than usual. Sweet. Well, we'll see what happens next week. It may be just a couple weeks of news for us with the way things are going. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. Still, there's a couple of video games. Curious to see how they're going to end up doing, especially after a lot of them were kind of involved in the Charlie Kirk stuff, like people on their team and people saying that they're going to boycott.
Oh, the Apple stuff.
We didn't end up talking about that. I'm sorry, everyone. Maybe we'll change that for next week.
Yeah.
Our stance on this, and I think you agree with me on this, is like, because sorry, we're almost done. Let me say this last thing, and then we'll go. Batgirl, the show Savant, and Comedy Central took the Charlie Kirk episode of South Park off the air.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, Kirk thought it was hilarious. Like, he loved it. I am of the opinion that it's just like, just release this stuff.
Yeah.
Just release it. Like, let the world decide.
At least with the episode, I can't speak to Savant, but
just I'm
imagining there's the reason if they pulled it, you already know the storyline. So
yeah.
It's like,
yeah, there's got to be some stuff in it that people would find maybe distasteful in the current market. But it was probably going to be terrible regardless, you know? And so even with Batgirl, it's like, let us decide. Please just release these things to us.
Release Batgirl. That's the one we really want.
Yeah, Batgirl's definitely at the top of that list. But yeah, they're just kind of, I don't know, like, it's really interesting that they're willing to create like a storyline like that. And then when, you know, whether it's the current climate or whatever was going on with Savant, now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, we can't release this now. It's like, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You know, it's like, let people decide. Like,
they were going to face a major backlash. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, I think they already knew that people were like, this looks terrible. And I guess it's that a lot of the holdovers from when everyone was writing this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
When it was still just like, you know, before they were losing copious amounts of money, you know, releasing these kinds of things. Because it took a while for even like Marvel to start really, I think, feeling the hurt. So, all right, Joseph, let's end it there.
All right, man.
Thank you all so much for listening to episode 216 of The Underground. We'll be back next week with more news. And who knows what else? No idea what's coming out in theaters. Maybe I'll take a look. And I mean, there's still a lot of stuff I need to catch up on that I haven't watched this year.
Yeah, we probably should get around to watching The Dark Wolf.
Yeah, and I know you didn't finish Mission Impossible, whatever. We're on
No.
12.
Maybe I was too distracted. I watched the first 10 minutes. I was like,
Yeah, I get it.
I already know what's gonna happen.
That's how I felt with a lot of stuff today. I was kind of like scrolling through, just like I should just like put something on and kind of try to shut my brain off for a little bit and relax. And everything was just making me sad. Like it was really bad. I was just like, I just want something kind of like hopeful and uplifting or whatever. And then I just go, well, I guess I'll just start Lord of the Rings again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, everyone, y'all take it easy.
See ya.